Good morning, beautiful people of planet Earth. Oh my goodness, have I had some crazy things happen on this juice fast. And I've only, kind of realized it yesterday what was coming out of me for the last 2 days. But I have had parasites, worms. Oh my gosh. It has been disgusting, relieving, of course, relieving. It has been such a strange experience, let me tell you. And I suspect they had started coming out of me on day 13, but it was hard for me to tell. It was when I was starting to have all the burning pain, the gurgling, and actual burning or warmth in the bottom ball of my right foot. I don't know if that's got anything, this plantar fasciitis that I've had has got anything to do with worms or the cellulitis, but I know that when my stomach has been burning just before I'm about to expel these worms, I have a burning or warm sensation down in my foot. I'm telling you, this juice fast has just been it's been just crazy. And so in this video, I'm actually going to show you these worms. And so if you are easily grossed out, if you're eating lunch, if you just don't have the stomach for it, I don't blame you. Turn off the video. But in all this grossness, there is so much education about this. And because I am being a scientist with this, I am documenting things. I am taking pictures of things. I am not only I'm not only taking pictures, but I'm weighing my poo. Most of it anyway, the stuff that I can actually weigh. Because I really want to know how much of this crap has been in me. And I mean, it's really just showed me the power of juicing. And I've only done 15 days. There are people that have done mammoth 90, 100, more than that. Some people have done 200 days. I don't think I'm going to go that far. But more credit to them. And you'd be surprised at what is coming out. And this is a testament to me with only 15 days, the power of juice feasting, of juice fasting. And I know there's, been some concern online, like, oh, I think a juice fast is too extreme. It is not too extreme, people of Earth. I am still consuming over 1,200 calories a day. I am getting more nourishment in my body than I potentially have for an extremely long time. So getting over 1,200 calories a day in the form of juice while giving my bowels and my body a break to heal and really, obviously, deep clean. We know that's happening. There is nothing, in my opinion, dangerous about doing a juice fast. But if you've got prior medical complications or, you've got medical things going on, you need to go and consult a doctor. You need to go and consult a doctor. I am only doing what is right by me. And so I am trusting this journey, and I would like to say I'm going to do this juice fast for 90 days. But I don't know. I'm just taking it day by day at the moment. And I hope to at least, for sure, I'm going to do 30 days. I hope to do 60 days. But everybody should listen to themselves and don't be doing anything you don't want to do. I want to do this for myself, and the proof is in the pudding, folks. After 15 days, I have had the most nastiest crap come out of me that I have ever seen in my life. I mean, I think the worms have been coming out of me ever since, the real stinky, awful stuff has been coming out. Plus the gurgling and the burning in my gut. It has just been horrendous. Not overly uncomfortable. I've definitely had worse pain, but the burn is definitely... it has been there. It isn't now, but usually when I consume a fresh juice, I'm about to cut up my juice, is when I get the burn. So this is a disclaimer for anyone that does not want to see this. I'm going to mention when I'm going to show these pictures. But in a minute, I'm going to cut up my juice stuff and go through some numbers. But I just want to let you know, first and foremost, this juice fast has been the most incredible healing experience so far. And it just shows you, if you give your body a break and give it the space and the rest that it needs, your body can absolutely heal. It can absolutely heal. And like I said, 15 days is nothing compared to some people, but the stuff coming out of me is horrendous, and also to be celebrated, because I don't know how long these worms have been in me, but I'm telling you, a worm came out of me and it was over 6 inches. I mean, I just could not believe it. And then last night at 8 o'clock, I had a baby one come out of me, and all its anatomy was fully intact. And then I had this like 2-inch tail. I could see like the lungs, the appendages inside its body. And I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this to you. I don't know what type of worm it is. I initially thought it was a tapeworm, but after really scrutinizing and really, trying to find out what kind of worm this is, it could be a rope worm. A rope worm. I mean, it's exactly how it sounds. I mean, oh my gosh. And to see the size of this thing, when I first showed my mum the initial, because I've had a couple, and I've, had about 5 or 6 bowel movements yesterday. I showed this one that came out to my mother, and she's like, oh no, that's mucus. Oh, then this other one came out, and I'm just like, this is not mucus. Are you kidding me? Look at this, it's got form. Anyway, I'm gonna get into that. So I thought we would make some juice together, as I've been doing. So for anyone that is encouraged to, I'm just looking for my knife. For anyone that is inspired even just to add some juice in their diet, I would encourage you to do that. I've got an 80-year-old friend who wants to shift some kilos, and I've mentioned to him about this juice, and he's very inspired to start. And he'll probably be surprised at what else will happen to him once embarking. He's not going to do a juice fast, but he's talking about adding, a juice or two instead of these. He calls them man shakes or something. I don't know what they are, but he said there's some kind of shake available to those who want to lose weight. But a juice fast is it just takes it up 100 levels. It's not just about weight loss. I will say, since doing this juice fast, but seeing these things now coming out of me has really shown me the power of a juice fast. And I should stop calling it a fast, because it really is a juice feast, because I'm not depriving myself. Like I said, I'm having, over 1,200 calories a day. I'm still losing weight. And I feel good. I feel good. I have not felt hungry on this, except for the first couple of days where your body is adjusting to not having solid food. I wouldn't even call it hunger. I would call it, you feel like you're empty, but you're really not. And I probably consume more juice on those first few days than I'm actually consuming now. And so I want to talk about the power of juicing. There's a movement of people actually taking psyllium husks, or the psyllium husk and the bentonite clay. I don't think I'm going to do that. I have seen the power of the juice just from my juicing alone. I was initially going to buy this bentonite clay and psyllium husk on day 10. I didn't end up buying any. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm seeing what's coming out on me purely on the power of juice. And I figured when the body is ready to expel this crap and all this awful stuff, it'll do it on its own accord, just like it's done with me. And I've used not anything else but juice. No psyllium husk, no clay. So a lot of people that do juice fasts are using this clay and psyllium husk. When I read more about psyllium husk, because I really didn't know much about it, it kind of freaked me out. I'm thinking, shit, do I really want to put that in my body? You know, like it really congeals and expands and you know, when you're doing a juice fast, you've got to be really careful with, you know, putting any kind of solid stuff back in your body, let alone psyllium husk. Oh my gosh. I've seen enough to know that I don't really want to be putting that in my body when I'm going through a juice fast. And then the clay, you know, I couldn't find anything that, well, not at least locally, that seemed like it was food grade. And after looking and looking, I thought, oh, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I feel like I don't need it. I certainly don't need it. I'm just going to trust the power of juice. And it's already working in a huge way. Hasn't been comfortable, you know, passing all these worms and parasites and yucky stuff, but that just shows me it's, you know, really vindicating the power of juice. And I'm not going to stop with it. So anyway, I'm not going to take this clay, and I'm not taking psyllium husk. So I know there's a lot of people that do, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So anyway, I've had a weight loss overnight of 0.2 kilos. So that's 0.44 pounds. So I have my total weight loss on 15 days of juice has been 6 kilos. 6 kilos is 2 bags of oranges. And, you know, like even 1 kilo is a huge amount of weight. 1 kilo. So 6 of those, I'm trying to see how much this paint is. This is a 2-liter paint. I'm trying to get something that weighs a kilo. I don't have anything right now, but I mean, you know, 6 kilos. In we have fruit bags, 3 kilo fruit bags of oranges. And so that is like walking around with 2 of those extra things on me. And I just think, oh my gosh, that's a lot of weight. And so that's got to be helping the body in a big way. So it feels good. Feels good. So like I've said in my videos before, my starting weight was 114.4. My weight now is 108.4. So I feel good. I'm gonna juice up my juice, sit down with the juice. And for those of you that do not want to see the crap, the poo coming out of me, this is the disclaimer now. Turn off the video, because from now on, I'm going to be talking about poop and I'm going to be showing pictures. So if you don't want to see that, turn the video off now. And I'll see you in the next video. But for those that do want to see this, you know, and can look past the gross, disgusting part of it and actually see this from an educational point of view, keep watching. All right, people of Earth. This is the other side of the video. So what you're looking at is what came out of me mid-morning. By this time, I had already had 2 poos. So this is what was coming out of me. And I actually thought this was another poo, but this actually came out just like you see in this picture, like no feces or fecal matter with this. This literally come out like this congealed, I mean, it would look like mucus, but I unrolled it and this is what it was. Look at the form in this. I mean, I know what mucus is. This is not mucus. I have had mucus in my poo leading up to this, and this is not mucus. I touched it. It has a hard form, and I moved it around with a stick, and it was keeping its form. Um, I was convinced that this was a worm coming out of me, and because my mother has a nursing background, she I thought she would give, some advice. I thought she might have seen something, but no, she thought it was mucus. And I'm like, this is not mucus. This is something beyond mucus. And I had told her all the pain leading up to this. Mucus doesn't give you pain like that. And mucus certainly does not smell like this. This smell of all of this crap that was coming out was the most putrid, rotting smell. The only thing that I could liken this smell to was rotted meat. That's what it smelled like. It was just the most putrid, deathly smell. It was just awful, 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 awful. And it's been like that since day 13. And so, there's so much burning coming with this. So I have had a sore bum. Like, it has been awful. There's nothing you can do about it except keep going and let this crap pass out. So that was the first. Now is coming the next one. Now, bear in mind, when I show you this, it looks watery. That's because I've put water in the bottom of this, but they've all come out clumpish. They've all come out clumpish, and except for this one that I have showing you now. After they have come out, I have added water to actually fish out these worms and see what is there. All right, here it is. This is what freaked me out. After I added water to this, I started fishing out all these long stringy things. I broke some of them, but the one around the right side of the bowl, it looks smaller than what it was. It's up kind of high up on the bowl. And that was over 6 inches. I mean, I was just so shocked. And I called my mother back and I'm just like, listen, this is not mucus. And you can see the parts of this thing. I actually, had spent a great deal online looking at other people's experiences, and I came across a man that had similar pictures to this, complaining of the gurgling and the burning that he felt in his bowels, and it's exactly how I've been feeling. This has just been so eye-opening to me and showing me what is actually inside my bowels. And this smell again was just still putrid, putrid, putrid. It's just awful, awful old fecal matter and these parasites that thrive in an anaerobic environment. That means they thrive on a deoxygenated state. So a state where there is lack of oxygen. This is how they thrive. This is how they perpetuate and grow. So I have done the absolute opposite for the last 15 days and flooded my body with rich oxygen molecules and rich vitamins and minerals. And so these parasites do not stand a chance of living within my bowels anymore. And so they are dying and they are coming out now. So look at this, I mean, it's just been so eye-opening. As disgusting as it is to look at, this is just so educational, for me at least, to see what is inside of me. And it just shows you the power of juice. I am not doing no enemas, no colonics. I know that's quite popular as well on a juice fast, as well as adding in the psyllium husk and the bentonite clay. But I am trusting the power of juice, the healing modalities of juice. And I'm not using any of that. I trust in the power of my body to reverse and heal itself without any of these, additions. So let's move to the next picture. This one absolutely blew my mind last night as well. Look at that thing there. Can you see it? At the top of the picture, you can see this, obviously a young worm. A young worm with, this tail would have been over 2 inches, clear, tiny and small. But look at the anatomy inside of this. Look at the organs. You can almost make out two lungs. I mean, there could be two lungs, two kidneys, two hearts. I don't know I don't know the anatomy of a worm, but you can see clearly that this is a form of some sort with the tail. So if I had any doubt that the pictures prior to this one um, was worms, this picture absolutely dispels that, because this is just absolutely this is absolute evidence that I have had worms in me. This thing, look at that, look at the front of it. You can see it's a young worm. It's not old like the other big ones in there, and there's obviously been eggs. And what this is indicating is the different stages of life these worms have had inside of my colon, inside my bowels. I have no idea if they've been in my colon or my intestines, but it's showing you the different stages. So, this is obviously a baby, a young worm. I've had the long, old ones. I mean, they could have been in me for years, people of Earth. And to think that, I was relatively healthy, this has just thrown that out the window. This has just been the biggest eye opener. I mean, I obviously wasn't as healthy as I thought I was. And, if I was, I mean, I wouldn't be having worms. And, no wonder, like, I've had all these other inflammatory issues. And now, though, thankfully, these are coming out. So this is the reality, folks. This is the reality of someone who is eating cooked food, someone that has consumed animal products, someone that does not have a raw diet. Even if I was 80% raw, it's not enough. It's not enough. And even if I was raw and eating raw food, it's still not giving the body a chance to clean all this crap out. Doing a solid food vacation, doing a juice fast is what is absolutely optimal. And I have said earlier in this video, the power of juice is just insurmountable. It's, unprecedented. And if you just give your body a chance, then maybe you will have similar results like me with your own health journeys. So that's enough for today. I think I've grossed everyone out enough. And I'll see you in the next video.